Ahoy there, baby dolls, and welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news. Bitcoin once again continues to sit in the $63,000 to $64,000 range. I mean, my gosh, how long have we been here, friends? Like, we've been here exactly, oh my gosh, 208 days. I mean, you can even start it from here. This is pretty much the range. It's been around here, man, 210 days. Wow, are we ever going to get through it? Yeah, look, if we just start moving up in October, just as soon as October ticks up, you'll know it's a simulation. Seasonality, cycles, we're pretty much probably just going to repeat the 4-year cycle. I mean, how spooky would that be? Literally, September 29th, friends, Binance CZ gets out of jail. Then we have September 30th. That's probably when he realizes, oh, I can tweet again and stuff. And then October 1st, that's it. October ticks over. Everybody goes wild. If that actually starts happening, it's going to be the most craziest thing ever, because every time we hit these extreme parts of the cycles, we're like, oh, maybe it's not going to work anymore. And then what do you know? The calendar ticks over. Everything goes nuts. Now, if you're wondering, friends, why have we had the longest cycle ever? In a nutshell, just to butter it up for you, it's because the 4-year cycle, the 4-year halvening, it's not actually 4 years. It's more like 3.85 years. So every time you do a halvening, you're actually, instead of doing your halvening, well, the halvening used to be November of 2012. Then it goes to July. Then it became May. Now it was April. Now, but do you see what happens, right? You got to make it to September. So if you're in July, it's not that long until September. If you're in May, it's a couple of months more to September. We had ours in April, so we've got to wait till September, which is it's crazy, but it is to do with the stock market and the global liquidity cycle. For some reason, September's garbage, and then we go up only from there. Now, even though we're not moving anywhere, I remind you every day, friends, to please let me play some pump music, because we'll take it, brother. We'll take it. Let's be honest with ourselves, friends. Yeah, I want things to go up tomorrow, right now. But if I was to take you back to when September was a red candle and we thought it was literally game over, and I said, hey, would you want September to finish like this? You'd be like, dude, I'll give anything to finish September like that. I'll give anything, Habibi Albi. That's nuts. Do you remember even down here, friends? This was the Japanese Pokemon Island, which I'll show you right now. The Japanese Pokemon Island, that collapse, it was a sufficient wipeout. It was pretty much down here. You see green on the weekly super trend? That's all we need to worry about. Now, this is Mr. Russell, friends. Mr. Russell is just hanging around here. We're probably waiting for that US election. It could be one reason that it's still hanging around. It could also be that they're waiting until... I'm just guessing. I haven't heard anything about this, but I'm just speculating. If the election is November 5, maybe early October, first week October, which is about a month before, they just start printing the shit out of it, the TGA, which is the government account, and they start basically pumping the market. So if you're curious about the US election odds as well, friends, it's now 48 to 51 to Kamala Harris. I don't know how, I don't know why, when pretty much there's just been so many blunders. But I guess, look, I'm going to show you how and why very soon right now. And it's got to do with bribing. So this is no secret. Look at this, baby dolls. So look who gives the most money to the Democrats. Google, Microsoft. So they're the biggest donors, man. Friends, they walk into an office, they go, listen, this is exactly what's going to happen. They tell the politician what they're going to do. So this obviously explains a lot, right? Google, I mean, you're watching YouTube right now. We already know, friends, Google, Microsoft, all of it. It's all tainted. It's all compromised. You've seen all the Twitter things we've shown you. I've even made videos about it, showing you that you can't even look up Donald Trump assassination. They filter it out, which means they have someone in the background making policies saying, let's not let the people look at anything to do with Donald Trump. Okay, they probably got their own AI thing in there. They're like, okay, well, I want to screw this guy over. Do whatever you need to. Just make it so it's hidden. Okay, so that's the type of stuff working in the background. They're doing evil things to American citizens. Are American citizens ever going to change their ways? I don't know. Maybe crypto's got something to do with the future there, because if you can't shut off all the computers, that's your last line of defense. Okay, not this Solana centralized stuff. But we still got to wait, don't we? Because right now, if we're going to get the bull market up part, the pump, then no one's going to be worried about that safety stuff, right? So we'll see. Now, alongside juicy news, friends, so we have Bitcoin around there. Ethereum, the ETH BTC, friends, has actually gone up to 0.042. And here I am telling you that Ethereum slowly climbs on the ETH BTC as token 2049 in Singapore is filled with Solana maxis who are spitting on Ethereum's grave. So that's exactly what's been happening. Also concurrent to that, the Ethereum Foundation is continuing to dump 100 to 200 ETH. But that's what they're doing. They're probably just like, they're dribbling it out and stuff over time. But what I want to show you now is that ETH-BTC ratio, because it is starting to curl up again. But hey, man, like, we had a big pump here in May this year, and we had this one in January. We just thought it was go time. Very, very, very sad. This third cycle looks like this, but it is shocking. But friends, look, I'll tell you right now, man, in your invest, look, not financial advice, but let me just, look, let me tell you the secret. Whenever someone tells you, that is the ugliest looking chart I've ever seen, buy it. Just get long. Don't ask questions, just get long. Just get something on. Because I have deja vu thinking about every single thing in my life. And I'm like, oh, it ended up working out. You just needed to have a longer time frame. Everything. Whenever someone says that's the ugliest looking chart in my life. Now, why do they say it's the ugliest looking chart? It's because they are linearly extrapolating the left side and they go, okay, it's going to keep going down, right? And also, whenever they say this is the greatest looking chart I've ever seen. So if it's gone up like this, sell. Because what are they doing? They go, oh, you did a 30x in one year, you're going to do another 30x in the next year, okay? So this is just some general, self-guiding principles to make it through markets. Now, where are we, friends? We might be here, okay? This is Mr. Woofy. He has his MOG glasses, and this is Lord Vitalik with his other MOG glasses. So we are here. This is the Ethereum price chart. And this is that September. Do you see this little red candle here, friends? That was the September dump. It wiped out DeFi. DeFi went up, and then it got wiped, and then we moved on to the new narratives of the future. Okay, so right now, though, things are, they're a bit different. We don't have, look, we don't just have utility stuff everywhere. So this is the crazy part. This is markets are amazing, man. You would think, friends, if I have two world scenarios, one of them is DeFi, which is utility coins, like real advancements of crypto. And then the other one is community coins and cults that have no utility pretty much. You would think that the DeFi things would have basically recovered faster and they would continue into the bull market. Nope. Actually, the opposite's been happening right now. So memes, people are starting to shill the memes again. Not even just starting. They've always been there. The community's still there. But when it comes to the DeFi stuff, they completely missed out in what was to come after here. You see this in this part? This was all these was alternative layer 1 chain. So it was, Binance, Cardano, Solana went up. Then you have gaming, you have metaverse that came throughout the year. You had NFTs that came there. You had DeFi 2.0. So that they had DeFi, they're like, you know what, screw DeFi 1.0, which is Aave, Synthetics, Chainlink, and Curve and stuff. They said, screw them, go make DeFi 2.0. So people bought HEX, people bought Luna, people bought Olympus Down. It was just like inflation games. That's pretty much what it was, okay? So you might wonder, HEX, Luna, and Olympus Down. I wonder what's the difference between them. Well, if HEX comes back, makes it all the way to $1, everything we've been talking about has been right. Okay, they're the one with the cult. There's no Olympus Down cult. There's no Luna cult. You see, they got betrayed by the founder too much. There's too much damage where they feel betrayed. People don't. I know a lot of people feel betrayed by Richard Hart. They do feel like it, but not all of them. There's still a lot of maxis. They're still there. They're still shilling. You see, so that might be the ultimate difference. What's the one that comes back? It's the one with the cult. We'll see. Also, from 4 years ago, friends, Ethereum literally did a 12x in that next move. So, look, I don't know. I don't think we're going to do a 12x, friends, because that's too much. But that's going to be a $30,000 ETH. We're not going to get that. But can we do maybe a 4x from here? That would be 10 to 12k ETH. If Ethereum does 4, so you see how, see this 12x, friends? It's around, around 12. The other coins did, 24, 36, 48. They did a multiple of that ETH. Well, if our ETH is only going to do a 4 from here, okay, then maybe the winning coins, they're going to do like 8, 12, 16, 20. Now, there's going to be some big mammoth ones, but I'm just showing you that we do have a diminished gain. But hey, you already knew that. And this also confirms now, friends, we are now officially 15 days beyond the longest cycle ever. See where we are right now? So we are curling up. We are definitely curling up here, but we are behind. We are like officially behind, and that was a previous longest cycle ever. It's 15 days behind. I'm going to ask you, right, do you think this time is different? So Bitcoin and altcoins together, they've been dog shit by comparison, but it's still much better than the alternatives. Now, Bitcoin people don't think it's dog shit. They go, no, we're sitting near 60K. That's near the all-time high. That's actually a win. No, it's because Bitcoin underwhelmed in 2021. Bitcoin's top was meant to be like 120K. It was never meant to be these dog shit 64K, 69K. It was meant to be 120K. It stopped at 69. So the bar is so low now that you come back to the lower bar. You go, oh, that feels good. So it's just relative when you think about it like that, okay? So Bitcoin altcoins definitely dog poop. It's still much better than the alternatives stonks. So what do you mean by better than the alternatives? Well, if you go by the past 5-year growth rate, stocks are 10% per year, and then Bitcoin is 44% and altcoins were 55%. And that's per year compounding. Do you want to know how much of a difference that is? In 10 years, friends, if stocks just continue to do around 8%, which is what they do, you get a 2x. Whereas in crypto altcoins, yes, I'm not even going to use the number 55. I'm going to assume it does 40, then it does 30, then it does 20, okay? So it slows down for the next 10 years. So remember, stocks were 2x. In altcoins, you're going to get 16x your money. That is big. Now, of course, you're going to say, well, which altcoins? And you got to buy the index. Yeah, maybe you get more than 16x. I'm just showing you these big growth rates matter a lot. Now, also, baby dolls, I'm going to show you another inside chart. Shout out to BCB for these charts. This is cycle 1 up here. This is cycle 2. And look at this. This is where we are right now. So I put this together just to put these labels so you can show you that. Look how far down we are. This is pretty much the others chart. This is others. So in the past, we were already pumping. It's been a long time. And if you want to know why, friends, look at this, okay? So we are here, but look where the other ones were already peaking. It's because it comes down to the halvening and the 4-year cycle. Remember I told you, it's not exactly 4 years for the halvening. It's like 3.8, 3.9 years. And so basically, in the calendar year, remember the first one in 2012, it was in November. And then the one after that was July. And then the one after that was now May. And then the halvening we had was April. It's almost like no matter where you have the halvening, you've got to wait until September clears for the year. That's pretty much what it is. So even though September, yeah, went up this year, but you needed to clear some FUD. Like, it's like basically September's like a reset button. Then October becomes the big pump. That's it. Like philosophically, that's what it looks like when it comes to the seasonality. Also, Mr. King and on, I've been saying this, okay? I've been saying this, but everyone called me retarded, but I think it may be extended because of macro. If it isn't, it would be a dud cycle. It has happened in stocks before. Yeah, man, everyone's completely aware. So a lot of these things, friends, yeah, people ask me, someone's doing something different, and what do we do? Just keep holding. I don't know, just keep holding. Like, that's why I tell you, man, if you take a long-term view, okay, if things happen, you go, okay, well, whatever. But just imagine all those people sitting through the zombie virus with me, friends. There are a lot, no, you don't have to imagine, friends. You know, there are many big-time influencers. I don't want to say their names. I don't make them remind themselves of it. But yeah, they had like 80 Bitcoin, 50 Bitcoin, and they just liquidated like almost all of it around 4,000, 5,000 Bitcoin dollars on the zombie virus on the way down, and they never got back in. I don't know. There's a lot of people did that, friends. They had no idea. They're like, I've never seen anything like this before. And I was always like, well, it's not meant to be this year. I don't know. That's what it. That was it, Vince. I'll literally take you back to the chart. Okay, so when it comes here, friends, that's why when you have that long-term view, say zombie virus was horrific, yeah? That's all you could see on your chart. You got to imagine this is all you could see on your chart. This is your game freaking over. And I said, well, in the past, it was never the Bitcoin halvening year that things go good. It was the year after. And that look at it served you great, didn't it? We have a DeFi season here, and then everything goes up. So maybe that's where we are today, man. Maybe it's like, well, this is Bitcoin halvening year. Maybe the friendship comes in 2025. But yeah, man, we knew that. We're just like, dude, how long can they keep doing this? But I think it's going to be for a while. It's until the population starts to learn about it. That's what's going to happen. Friends, why did they cut off the bull market, or cut it off? I mean, like mysteriously time it, where they stopped QE and they started hiking rates. It's because everybody was like now basically pricing in the money printer. And the US government was like, no, you're not. I'm going to hike rates to screw all of you. You see that? So right now, not everybody is pricing in the 4-year global liquidity cycle. We are early to that. Perhaps in 12 months from now, they're going to do it again. Maybe they're going to try to do a round of printing, and then the crack's going to be so hard that they have to do printing after it again, but it's going to take a while. That's another scenario, right? But most people don't know about the global 4-year liquidity cycle. They don't know about it. Even it is out there, but you could see like there's like maybe 10% of us know about it. The other 90% don't. They don't know how it works. They don't know what it is. I've made videos about it for you, friends. Remember the giant pyramid. It starts off with the central bank balance sheet. It goes to their collateral, which is their treasuries and their bonds and stuff. And then it moves to basically the banks after that, and all the loans just go. But it all starts with just the money printer button, okay? So it's money printer, but they just don't say money printer because money printer, we got the memes now. See, here's the thing, because the government, friends, it's the US Fed, it's all psyops. They don't want to say a word right now to make you auto buy because they don't need you to. Because if they use it now, when it really comes time for you to auto buy and they want to change things around, you're desensitized to the word. The word means nothing. QE now means nothing to you, right? It's starting to diminish itself. So now they have like this magic obfuscation background, right? This puppet string stuff going on, like, oh, the global liquidity and all these, just basically a money printer, you see? So I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, bro, how the hell are a bunch of words dictating to these people whether to buy or not, and they're eating it up? No. It's not us, okay? It's the plebs. It's the retailers, okay? It's the ground. It's the ground businesses, the ground workers, okay? Those words, that's what gives them confidence to go buy again, okay? Because when you have economists who are and people on TV when they're saying, oh, there's going to be a big stimulus of this amount of dollars coming up, and don't worry, the economy is going to turn. People are watching it on TV. They're all brainwashed. And they're like, oh, okay, sweet, I can go out and spend now. And they start going out and spending. I know. But you and I, we don't believe them. We don't believe them, right? We want to see more, but no one cares about me and you, man. We're here to win and play the cycle and stuff, okay? They're out there. There's people in the engine of the economy. They're the ones that they really have to manipulate the psyops. I want to throw back to PulseChain as well, friends. PulseX, friends, has now bought and burned 4.39% of the total user supply. So we are just a tiny bit red on the 24-hour, but yeah, 24-hour always takes to 7-day. 4.93%. That's awesome. Almost 1 trillion PulseX burn. Isn't that amazing? 994 billion. That keeps going up over time, and there's more trading activity and volume does that. So all these things are working in the background as we continue to push through these narratives. And as well, baby dolls, I want to just show you the Others BTC chart, okay? The Others BTC has pretty much shown that it's, look, it's ready, man. You can just feel it. It's like it's doing this little jippity thing, and like it's just ready to curl up. And if you remember, okay, when we flip green on the weekly super chain, now this honestly, it could be different this time, but in the past, when you flipped green on this, you got 100 days. That's the bull market. That's literally the mania, okay? But when I say when you flip green, what does it really mean? It means Bitcoin has gone up so much that altcoins finally start catching up. They flip green, and then you have 100 days, okay? So that was these 100 days here. And if we got that, I mean, we're meant to have flipped it in September. So look at this, like, let's say next week we flipped it, which we're not going to, but let's say next week we flipped it. If we do 100 days from that point, that brings us to January now. You see? And you might say, okay, what if we flip it in November this year? Okay, if we flip it in November, where's 100 days from that put us? It puts us March. You see? So remember, friends, April 2025 is a key date. Okay, April 2025 is a key date because that's exactly 12 months after the Bitcoin halving. So, man, can you imagine we flip it in December, some say Dikember in a very family-friendly way, and then we go 100 days from that point? That would literally bring us exactly to like March, April, which is 12 months after the halving. Now, first thing people always ask me is, what if everybody sells at the same time? Look, you don't get those prices by themselves, friends. It's not people existing in the market who buy and push those prices up. It's new people. So when you that's what I want you to understand. So you don't have to worry about anything because you don't get this unless literally hundreds of millions of people are joining crypto more and paying attention. You see that? And for example, let's say in PulseChain, you go, oh, what if everybody sells the HEX top? No. To get to that HEX price you're even thinking about, right now, the PulseChain ecosystem and HEX as well, I think they have like 200,000 holders. So for us to do 25x, we have to get 5 times the user base. So we have to add 800,000 people, around 800,000 to 1 million people. Okay, so if you want to really send up the whole ecosystem up. Okay, so you got to think about that, man. We get outnumbered 5 to 1. So for every one person, there's 5 people out there yelling and screaming, and they're more active, and they're just dwarfing everyone out here, you see? So that's how you get there. Now, if you want to do 100x, my gosh, it's 10 to 1. You see, you're literally a nobody now. So that's what I want you to know. From Metcalfe's Law, friends, we know the price and the people joining, it is the same continuum. You don't get a deviation of that. I know it's all weird and how it approximates, but it actually does work. Okay, I've done it many times. It worked on Shiba, worked on Doge, worked on Bitcoin, worked on Ethereum, worked on Cardano, and it worked on HEX. Of every single example I've seen it, I've done it on, it works. Now I want to throw this in for you, friends. Do you remember the MH370 plane? This is another cool video of it. This is where UFO orbs, UFO tech zapped it out of existence. They're pretty much zooming in right now. You get to see it just disappears. There it is right now. This is MH370. Pop! So this is, for some reason, this is one of my most viewed videos, the MH370. And it's been gaining traction here. So missing Malaysia flight, wormhole by US military. So this is, I mean, like, look how much passion I got, man. It's 35 minutes for these. I'll crank these out. So yeah, it is true, friends. When I first saw it, I got a bit spooked because I thought it was actually aliens. And now it turns out, look, it's obviously alien technology. That's what they reverse engineer it from. But it's not aliens zapping it out of existence, okay? Because remember, UFO community, friends, there's a big range. There's like the constant alien fudders who are saying aliens are butchering us and they're taking us, making us disappear. There's those, and there's the evil ones and stuff. And then there's people who just say, oh, they're all good. And then we have no answers. We've got no idea. Does the government even know? We'll see. But I want to remind you, okay, why we're even bullish on crypto, so that this actually ties in, friends. So the fact that you know this thing goes on should tell you there's things out there you just don't understand, and the world's just going to keep pushing on, and they're going to keep printing money, and there's going to be the black budget keep increasing, and you're not going to know a single dollar of where it goes, but it's going to keep going up, okay? Friendly reminder, US government deep state has UFO technology capable of wormholes, and this is why they need to keep wars going in order to funnel black budget cash around the world. So from my video, friends, because cool information we have now. So why was it wormholed out? Well, it was wormholed out of the sky because China tried to steal. So on that plane were, I think, around 19 superconductor scientists and Chinese blood. Okay, I think Taiwan, Chinese blood, whatever. And I don't know if you guys know this, friends, but all around the world, I've got friends. I've got friends that speak to people in government, even especially in Australia. But they're not allowed to say this on TV. But basically, they don't put anyone who's Chinese higher up in positions of police, of government, of anything. And I asked him, hey, why? And not just one person, because I've heard this multiple times. They say, because there's literally like a 95% rate that they're spies or future spies. They always get corrupted by mainland China, and then they start leaking everything out. And it happens, it's literally happening all around the world, friends, but they just don't go out and say that, I guess, because they don't want like social unrest. So yeah, it's pretty much just spies everywhere. And I looked at it, I started researching and different police authorities and just other, not even police, friends. Like if you're Chinese, they won't even put you up. And I looked at it, I'm thinking, wow, that makes so much sense now. Why don't they talk about it on TV? It's because they don't want to come out. Everyone's too scared because they don't want to lose like 5% of the vote or stuff. But this is real. So look what happened in America. 19 defected superconductor scientists. Now, friends, here's a funny part. You know, superconductors, they're using the superconductors. Remember, I'm not a science guy, okay? I'm not a Wall Street guy either, okay? They're using the superconductors. They do some backflips with the superconductor. It ends up being plasma. And they do something with a cone. I don't know what the hell it is. They're using some sort of like geometry. It ends up creating anti-gravity. Okay, so that's why when I'm hearing about superconductors, you're always wondering like, oh, what's superconductors for? Just know that this is where it starts, and in the next probably 50 years, they slowly resell out to public that they can do these, but by then they'll have something else by then. Okay, so the Chinese guys defected. They were literally just gonna full on backstab America and everything. 19 people on there. So what happened was, US government put lithium ion batteries in the plane to catch on fire and then teleported it out to send the message to the Chinese government. So a US Navy SEAL got 700,000 subs. He dropped the hint. I don't even know how this guy knew it. He must have heard something down. He said the Malaysia flight was a message to the Chinese government. So it makes sense now, right? They put lithium ions, they exploded it remotely, and then they zapped it out. Now, where did they zap them? Apparently, there's some island, friends. Actually, crazy. There is an island here. There's a U.S. military base. It's so secret. There's a story. 2 guys washed up there, and they're not allowed to leave. So I don't know what they saw. Maybe they're dead now. I don't know. I don't even know how we know about this story. Okay, so I forgot all the details, but I'm just showing you that the US have secret military bases everywhere. Right? They even got one in Australia. Okay, I'm not even joking. So there's an actual army officer who leaked it, right? Edward C. Lin. He's now rotting in jail. I just want to show you this guy's picture, friends, because like we're trying to manifest some sort of good stuff for him. This is Edward C. Lin. So this guy, Eddie, is literally rotting in jail right now. 6 years so far because he leaked that video. Okay, that's it. You go, okay, it's real. It's real. And they're trying to keep him there forever. You see? And they're not, this is the crazy part. It's so top secret, they can't even tell the judge what exactly he leaked. It is really, really, really sensitive. Really sensitive. And I'm sure the lawyers, they got told. They go, hey, by the way, you talk about this to anyone? Okay, so it's serious stuff. Okay, now all paths lead back to the money printer, friends. So I know whenever you see this UFO stuff going around here, it's going crazy. Of course, there are aliens and non-human intelligence out there, friends. But all of this, it all leads back to the money printer. Check out this amazing summary by Ashton. He posted the video. We live in the Matrix. I've exposed the cover-up of MH370. I've researched the science of zero-point energy. I identified the leaker of the videos as Edward C. Lin. I identified the designer of the plasma orbs as Salvatore Pace, PhD, active Navy Space Force engineer. Everything can be verified. With a free press, this would be the #1 story in the world. Instead, no one wants to ask any questions. Most want to live in blissful ignorance. All men die. Not all men know how to live. Okay, so Sal Pace. Wow, it's actually the guy who said it. Now, this is the thing, friends. I just showed you right at the beginning of this video, right? I just showed you that Google and Microsoft do the biggest donations to the Democrats. So Google control the information. So we already know, friends, they do shadow ban stuff. I've shown you shadow ban videos. Okay, you can't even look up the shadow ban videos. The guy shapeshifting. Think about this, like, friends. They literally, okay, they let you see pedophiles walking around on YouTube. Okay, and grooming kids. You can watch those people on YouTube, but you can't watch this. So this is my video, Reptilian Shapeshifter. Look at these, friends. They even have community notes. Reptilian humanoid. Reptilian humanoids are fictional creatures that appear in folklore, fiction, and conspiracy theories. You think we're that retarded, bro? You don't even community notes anything else I talk about. How come you want to community notes reptilian humanoids? It's very, very weird. But I have the video in here, friends. This is it, okay? So remember, I was going through here and we go through the whole video. It's actually spooky. Comes out. So there you go. This is the shadow ban video, friends. So as you can see, starts shape-shifting there. This is a Secret Service guy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Where are your ears, sir? Hello? Where are your ears? Where's your nose? So, crazy. Yes. Crazy? Not really crazy. We just say that word because we don't know what else to say. But, yeah, so, you're wondering, why isn't that video deleted? Have you ever heard of things going viral as soon as they get deleted? They do something worse than delete you. You get removed from all the searches. You can't find them. The only way to look up this video is by typing in exactly. They literally do everything but delete. They do it worse. It's basically you're just yelling into thin air, but you think you're showing it to other people, okay? So that's nuts. And also, friends, as I reminded you, there's always an incentive to keep wars going. So that's why, friends, you know, like the beginning of this year, World War III FUD and all these. Like, I knew all this was happening. And I'm like, oh, that's the programming they're taking us. Like, I don't think it's going to be World War III, but just look at this. I mean, look at this. Meet Kevin, friends. As soon as I made this tweet, 36 minutes prior to me making that tweet, major escalation, extreme escalation, ground war invasion, concern, Israel, Hezbollah, Lebanon, right? Lebanon, US carriers, please, Habibi Albi. Okay, let's play some Habibi Albi music, please. No one believes it. Isn't that crazy? There's always war. I always wondered, why is it always war? Why are humans always fighting? When you're young, you think, oh, they're just stupid. No. There's a good reason why they're always fighting. It's because of the tornado cash thing, friends. When you have a war and you have a US black budget where The private companies, they're the ones who have the UFO tech, okay? Because everything in the government leaks. So they put it out to the Lockheed Martin, Skunk Works, and everything else. So what you got to do, genius, well, they figured it out. What they got to do is they get the US politicians to sign over, hey, we need to put $30 billion in this tank. Why? There's a war over there. Okay, what if there was no war? Okay, we don't need the tank. You see? So if there's no war, they don't print the money to do the tank. They print the money, oh, there's a war over there and it's escalating. It's getting bad. We've got to help them. Here's Ukraine. You see? They go, okay, it's $30 billion. It goes there and it vanishes. Okay, they send the tanks. They do inventory checks. Maybe they send 30 billion. Maybe they really need like 5 billion for the black budget stuff, friends. Because this is like, this is the thing part. The thing you gotta understand. They don't have an office of 300 scientists colluding. It's so compartmentalized in each sector because if anything leaks, it's game over. Okay, so it works slower, but they just got to make sure everything's split. And of course, there's death threats to everybody out there. So that's how all of it happens. So yeah, there are leaks in the government. That's why they don't do it in the government. It's the private companies. Okay, so I don't even know where I stand on all of it anymore, friends, because once you just see how often humans blow each other up, I don't know, man. They just zap the plane out of existence, man. Can you imagine some terrorists get a hold of that tech and they figure out what to do? They just start zipping things through cities. It'll be game over. Now, throwing it back to some crypto stuff again, friends. So pDAI has had a bit of a tumble, but not really, friends. Look at the weekly chart. I mean, this is what happened. Look, this is the weekly chart. I mean, looking at this chart, like what happened? Well, there's more explanation here, friends, with this arbitrage. So what happened was, see how this is the pUSD, this pUSDC to pDAI. So it was 50 cents, went up to 90 cents. So look, I don't check the chain stuff, friends. Everyone who checks that chains, God bless you. Just do whatever you want, man. I just don't care. It just fries my brain to look at this stuff. But I think someone did an arbitrage where they minted the coins there's a cross arbitrage between USDT, USDC, pDAI, and they did that. And so on that move, pUSDC goes up like 40%, pDAI goes down 16%, did some arbitrage to close the gap. I'm not 100% sure, and a lot of people just got super angry and tilted, didn't see that, but Dipcatcher wrote about this a year ago, friends. Okay, so when I was being told by many people the supply of pDAI is going up, these people are dumping, and they were right. But what ended up happening was Dipcatcher did he did like a full day's analysis, and he figured out that there's a cross arbitrage between them, and they're linking between all the currencies, and they're just keeping like I think pegged between one another. So if one moved up too much, it was crossing. So there was money being made and all that. But you don't know, bro. You don't know. You're just trying to help people. You're like, hey, the supply of this thing keeps going up. There's 22 billion, and it's a stable coin. It's like it's so foreign to everyone to do that. And actually, what's up happening now is that red candle, I guess we'll see, it just needs more time to go through. Now, friends, I don't know. It's going to peg to a dollar. This is such a sensitive narrative when it comes out here. But the community's still there. As long as there's no fatal function like the PLUSD, then everything's sweet. You'd think by now, though, if there was, someone would be destroying it. I don't think there is, because there's plenty of liquidity to take if there was a bug. So now, baby dolls, just want to show you, you're going to see more of this going on. So the top is HEX, and it's up 139%. And the bottom is Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're only up 10%. So if you went to school, friends, you'll know 140 is bigger than 10. Okay, so you're going to see more of these. The leverage of the system is going to go up. Now, we knew this was always going to happen, not just in HEX, in all altcoins. We just didn't know when. And when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, if you are off in crypto by like 2 months, you miss everything. It's so risky to miss it. It really is risky. 2 to 3 months, man. And you know it is, right? So we didn't know 3 years ago that the 4-year cycle was going to repeat exactly the same. In 2022, friends, it was Bitcoin halvening stuff. And then obviously in the bear market, I learned about the global liquidity. I discovered Michael Hovel, and you have Raoul Pal putting all the information together. So basically, friends, we're like bleeding edge if you know about the global liquidity cycle. You're bleeding edge, right? Just like you're bleeding edge if you knew about the money printer back when no one believed you. So now the global liquidity cycle has gone up. You see how there's a lot of bears? They're still downing it. You want to know what's funny, friends? Let me give you this example, right? If if the Fed was about to do infinite QE, there would be no bears. So think about that. Why? It's because it's so indoctrinated to everybody by now. Everyone knows about that information. So if the US Fed said we're going to do QE infinite plus 10, no one's going to be short anything. You have to be long. You just have to be long, right? But that's because they saw what happened last cycle. See? They learned. Oh, crap, QE means things go up. Because these people haven't retired or anything. They're not doing well. They're mostly bears, soy boy cucks. But now, the global liquidity index going up, and we have the charts here. There's no... Governments aren't telling us about this chart, friends. Let me show you. Well, I've got to repeat. The government does not talk... Nobody talks about this chart. The global liquidity. They don't. Because it's just supply of dog shit currency going up. They don't talk about this chart. They don't talk about what's in here. Look, you even see what's in here, friends. Look, it's the Federal Reserve, the TGA, the reverse purchase. See, friends, see these three things here? They're all a bunch of BS, okay? What's going to happen, friends, is when the market starts to sniff out what reverse repo is and what Treasury General Account is, which is literally just money printer again. It's just a different QE. It's different database Excels. So instead of an Excel tab called QE, where it has the number 3 in there, they make 3 columns and they call it TGA, General Account and something else. And it just has 1, 1, 1. So you just took the 3, you just put it into 3 columns, 1, 1, 1. That's literally everything, friends. I'm not even exaggerating. That's literally everything. Okay, they pretend it out. Oh, there's basis and there's arbitrage. No. Just all wrong. Okay, don't listen to all these people. Okay, these are all the soy boy cucks. That's all it is. But when the population figures out, oh my gosh, these 3 columns of the new thing, they're just like QE. What ends up happening? They start buying aggressively. That might be like end of cycle stuff next year. Maybe inflation ticks up too much again. And then when everybody's got a hold of it, they're like, oh, this is QE all over again, right? It's the inflation thing. That is capital that's allocation, a misallocation of capital. So this is Bitcoin's price chart, right? CCK maybe goes up here and everyone knows about the QE thing. And then the government starts saying, they start saying, we have to like pull back now because inflation's too high. We can't let inflation get out of hand, right? Because people figured it out by then, okay? And then everything goes down, and then so begins the cycle. And then in the next cycle, right, they're probably going to do different mechanics again. It'll be different names. They're probably, friends, they can do some weird shit. Like, if guys, let me blow your mind. They can do stuff where they can do like an international currency swap with Japan, but it's just QE. It's just, let me blow your mind, right? US Fed can print money. Japan can print money, right? They do a cross of their exchange at a rate that they decide, and then they send it to the other guy's computer, and then they just do a loop back. They're like, wow, we've done this cross-currency arbitrage stimulus. They're going to do that. Trust me, they're going to do something like that. Because now you're like, whoa, we're getting money by cross-border. Basically, you don't understand what the hell's going on, but you just see it's working. You see? So that's probably going to be like one of their emergency button presses in the next bear market. Until someone makes a model again and realizes, wait a minute, I've seen you before. You're actually just a money printer scheme all over again. You've kicked the can down the road again. So when that happens, it's going to probably do it all over again, okay? Now, one of these days, one of these cycles, it ain't going to work. And we're going to get your friend Sommi's double crack scenario where they're going to do it, they're going to print, the market's going to figure out, wait, man, this is just like the other 5 things you've done. This doesn't fix anything. We're going to sell off again. That's when they have to go into emergency mode. That's why ultimately no one knows what's going to happen, but I'm just guessing the US Fed's going to go to Congress and say, hey, we have to do a Rescue America package. And we're going to have to print money and buy stocks. And so that's what they do in Japan, by the way. Japan already do this. Their debt got too much big. The market doesn't believe all the bullshit. The central bank, Bank of Japan, BOJ, Bank of Philippines, have to just buy the stocks. They own like 6 or 7% of the stocks now. So as you can see, friends, we got it all mapped out. But if you're a bear now, you're missing out on it. You see, this is the edge, friends. You see this blue line? This is literally what's keeping me bullish the whole time because no one understands what the hell is going on. No one gets it yet. It's just QE. But I know why they don't get it. The candles aren't green enough. That's why. The candles aren't green enough, friends. They will believe, so this is Bitcoin, right? Look on the right-hand side here. They will understand that as this thing ticks up, that Bitcoin, when it like, hopefully it's like 200K, that's when people are going to say, oh, you guys just keep printing money every time. That's the misallocation of capital. Then we have a 2021-esque type of God knows what in crypto. You know, the Doge, the SHIB, the JPEGs. Hopefully it's just our bags pumping. Meme coin mania. You see? Something happens. Misallocation. Maybe inflation ticks up again and the government knows, crap, they figured it out. Now we've got to like pull it back again. So there you go, friends. In a nutshell, that's how we're heading up in that cycle so far. And that's why I see, look, you understand, friends, to be a great investor, to be the best, right? And we're going to be here. We are here to be the best, actually, which I'll just show you.
I wanna be the very best that no one ever was.
To be the best, you understand there's a vision here, okay? We can see things no one else can. We can literally see it, okay? We can see that path to the future. We can see that it's not up only and it's not down only. We can see it's a cycle. Just like how you can like visualize in your mind, are you going to go to sleep tonight? Yes. Just visualize, okay, what does the time say on the clock? Right? Maybe it's 10 o'clock. Maybe it's 11 o'clock. Are you going to wake up? Imagine yourself waking up. You got your crusty eyes, right? You got your fluffy socks on. You can say, oh, okay, so it's 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. It visualize, okay, the sun's out at midday. It visualize yourself eating. Do you see that? You can see the cycle of the day, but this is what we're doing here. That's why we're here 18 hours a day. That's why I'm here for you 18 hours a day to help you see that there's a cycle at play here and the middle and lower class are getting rigged and rorted with this money printer thing. And the only way to make it, friends, is literally, bro, friends, when we look back, okay, just want you to look back, okay, what I'm going to do is just show you. This is obviously the green, the red line is the tether money supply. But look at Bitcoin, okay? Look at down here. When was the time to buy Bitcoin? It was when they were literally removing liquidity. You see that? They're removing liquidity, friends. Look, that was the time to buy Bitcoin. When they were hiking rates and removing liquidity. So there's no free lunch here. There's no free lunch. You want to know what's interesting? Look at this. They ticked up the global liquidity here, and then we had the capitulation of FTX, the soy exchange. You see that? It was the final capitulation. It was the market was like so sick of being long. It was like so irrational. And there you go, pop up. So you now understand this in a nutshell, what's actually going on, friends. It's a game of cat and mouse. That's what it is. And whoever, look, this is the thing is, okay, market just goes up. That's all you need to know. You don't actually need to know this. You just need to know, hey, we're just going up. They're going to figure out something. Okay, but you're in the life raft, man. You're in crypto. They can't print more of us. So they only have one button. They have one button, which is print a lot. That's their emergency button. So if things ever get out of whack, it's print a lot. And that's why crypto survives these downturns. That's why ultimately, friends, we've already won. In my mind, we have already won because we figured this part out. And I promise you, you don't even need to figure out the next thing and get tired intellectually. Don't worry about that. You just need one home run, my friends. And that's why you're my friend. And like, subscribe, belly button, or family-friendly show. Don't forget it loves you. Catch you in the next one.